The Aughinish Alumina Refinery in County Limerick has warned the government that if Ireland tried to stop or sanction its alumina exports to Russia, it could affect Ireland's gas and electricity supplies. The Russian-owned refinery is at the centre of a controversy over its raw material allegedly ending up in Russian weapons. Taoiseach Micheál Martin said sanctions on Aughinish would hurt Europe more than Moscow.
It was in March that a consortium of European media outlets reported that huge volumes of alumina from Aughinish were being shipped to Russia shortly after Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. Using customs data and leaked transactions, the consortium alleged that the alumina was converted into aluminium at 2 Russian smelting plants and then sold via an intermediary to a range of sanctioned Russian arms manufacturers. That meant that alumina from Limerick could have found its way into the kind of ballistic missiles which have massacred civilians in Ukraine. The report triggered a government review into Aughinish's operations, but also pressure for the European Commission to ban alumina sales to Russia in the upcoming 21st sanctions package. Yesterday, a number of member states raised the issue during meetings with Commission officials. RTE News understands the Commission decided to hold off on sanctions for now. However, the company had already been lobbying the government. In a briefing document seen by RTE News, Aughinish warned that any restriction on shipments to Russia would severely put in doubt the viability of the plant. Not only would nearly 800 jobs be at risk, excess energy from the plant fed into the national grid, powering around 200,000 homes. This too would be at risk. Aughinish paid up to €25 million a year for the maintenance of the gas network. These were fixed costs for Gas Networks Ireland, which would need to be socialised if Aughinish were unable to continue. In other words, the taxpayer would have to foot the bill. The Taoiseach said closure of the plant would have a knock-on effect on major European aluminium plants, which relied on alumina from Aughinish.
Also worse on the European Union as well, because it would impact on the Swedish plant, which is the sole supplier of alumina there, and in terms of Dunkirk plant in France. So what you'd get is a very strong inflationary potential outcome of that in the European Union.
The government's review continues, and the issue may well yet return to the EU's thinking on sanctions.
Tony joins me now. Tony, the Taoiseach said today that these sanctions could actually hurt Europe more than Russia. Is that actually a risk?
I mean, I think it is a risk, and certainly the European Commission's decision not to proceed with sanctions at this point reflects a certain caution about a knock-on effect. Now, some of the remarks the Taoiseach made today appeared to echo some of the talking points that the company had put out itself in that briefing document. But it is true, there is a precedent here, because in 2018, the US Treasury put sanctions on Oleg Deripaska, the Russian oligarch and a close confidant of Vladimir Putin, who owns the parent company of Aughinish. That's a company called Rusal. And as a result of those sanctions, there was an immediate spike in the price of aluminium across the globe. And there was a huge lobbying campaign by European governments, including Ireland, to get the Treasury, US Treasury, to drop sanctions against those companies. And again, the same arguments were made about 1,000 jobs and 700 jobs in County Limerick and so on. And eventually, the US Treasury did agree to drop those sanctions. Now, that still leaves the question as to why sanctions on this occasion would force the plant to close. Back in 2018, the company wasn't shipping alumina to Russia. And of course, Russia hadn't embarked on its wholesale or full-scale invasion of Ukraine. So the company is saying that if there was any restriction now on alumina sales to Moscow, the company plant in Limerick would have to close. But there are people in Brussels saying, is that really the case? A lot of big European companies have been forced to diversify because of sanctions against Russia. And they've had time to do so, grace periods of maybe 6 months or 12 months. And indeed, in Australia, days after the invasion started, the Australian government put sanctions on a company that was shipping alumina to Russia and ban the immediate sale of alumina to Russia in that context. So people will ask the question, why can't Aughinish Alumina do the same?
Europe editor Tony Conley, thank you. We're turning now to calls for sanctions to be placed on Aughinish Alumina by the EU. And we are joined by Bart Grootehuis, MEP from the Netherlands, who's one of 39 MEPs demanding a ban on alumina exports to Russia. Thank you for speaking to us on the programme this evening. What is it that you want the EU to do and why?
Well, multiple MEPs received multiple reports that Irish aluminium is ending up not just in Russia, but also in the Russian military. It's ending up on the heads of innocent Ukrainian children, innocent Ukrainian citizens. And what we want is that to be stopped. We want to stop that export, of course, obviously. As I also understand the Irish position, that there are huge, huge stakes involved. I think we have to find a solution. And the pressure is high. And what I see in Brussels, there's a lot of mixed feelings on how to handle this case. But I'd like to be clear, I want this to be on the 21st sanction list, on making sure that the Irish aluminium does no longer reach Russia.
The company says they are complying with the sanctions and they have assurances that the alumina which is being sent to Russia is not being used for those purposes.
As long as they are not in the sanction list, they are complying. But the problem is that it's ending up in Russian military. And what I'd like to do is make sure that all the energy that this company sets into lobbying and all the energy the Irish government is putting in and all the political clout they have in Brussels and all the energy that they put in keeping things as they are is putting that energy into finding solutions. And I think that those solutions are there. And I don't think they want to even possibly have the opportunity that their aluminium would be in Russian military. So I think they want to act too. They want to do the right thing. And I want to say from Brussels, do the right thing and point your energy towards finding solutions. And we can in Brussels.
The Irish Taoiseach, though, has said that imposing these sanctions on Aughinish Alumina could cause more damage to Europe than to Moscow. And that's not the point of sanctions. Would you accept that?
I guess I disagree, because we currently see different similar problems with, let's say, rare earth materials. We see producers who have demand from China or other countries, and we want to replace that with demand from Europe. Very similar to what is happening in Ireland with aluminium. And we see that these producers want a price floor and they want long-term offtake agreements. And we're currently drawing that policy inside the European Commission. And that policy is being put forward. We can copy-paste that policy for the Irish position, that if the real problem is that you have Russian customers and we want to replace it with other customers, but you want to have a guaranteed price, I guess that Brussels is a problem solver. They solve problems. We solve problems in a daily rate, and that's the business that we're in. And I want to ask the Irish government and the company as well to set forward everything we can to find a solution in that direction, not in the direction of supplying Russians with the aluminium they need for their war.
The company has said that Irish jobs could be at risk, though, if that were to happen.
Well, sure, and we have to take into account every single thing that is at stake here. And it's not just that, it's also that the company is supplying significant amounts of money and investments into the grid, I believe. And there's more, hundreds of thousands of households depend on it. And finding solutions, on the other hand, is top priority. And may I say, the top competence of the European Commission. This is what they're good at. And they can fill in and be a backstop for some of the problems that there are. And finding long-term offtake agreements from other buyers than from Russia is something that the European Commission can do to help out the Irish government and the company.
Despite your demands and those of the other MEPs, it seems that Aughinish Alumina is not going to be included in the 21st package of sanctions. If that's the case, what do you think should happen next?
I believe you're true. Rumor has it, as we say, but what's next is keeping up the lid, keeping the pressure on the lid. I've sent a letter before, as you mentioned in the beginning. I will send another letter. I will make sure more MEPs are aware, and we will put on the pressure which is needed to get it in the 22nd sanction regime, and that will happen, as my assessment.
Bart Grootehuis, MEP from Netherlands, thank you very much for speaking to us on 6-1 this evening.
Thank you for having me.